and they go across in time. The entire screen is about 1 minute, and so we've seen about 10-20 seconds already of EEG, and you can see they're a certain size and a certain pattern. And below that, in the last screen, the bottom screen, is what is called coherence. Coherence is a measure of the phase stability or correlation between two individual EEG signatures. For example, from the left side and the right side of the front of the brain. So the coherence, this chart at the bottom, the graph at the bottom, is the most important chart here because it's going to illustrate how the computer calculates the degree of coherence between different parts of the brain and therefore a measure of global EEG or brainwave coherence. And as you can see, before the person meditates, the coherence oscillates between the minimum of 0 and maximum of 100%. 0 and 100%. And this is seen as a normal oscillation or rhythm of having more and a little bit less and a little bit more as an individual processes information. In the middle of the screen, we're going to see at the beginning of the practice of Maharshi's transcendental meditation technique, a profound change. So let me continue then the recording of this live EEG. Now we have a continuation of the recording. And notice your attention on the size of these waves and the nature of the coherence. So the person's begun the TM technique. Notice the changes right away. Within about less than 1 second, the individual has been able to shift their entire brainwave activity from a very diversified, outward-oriented mode of functioning, I'm going to stop it, to a very unified and powerful, inward-oriented form of awareness or consciousness. And you can see that the beginning of TM was right here, and you can see that what is on the left side of the screen is profoundly different from what's on the right side of the screen. Notice, for example, that the EEG in both the left side and the right side and the front of the individual became quite large. Notice the size of the amplitude, and this is an indication of rapidly increased integration of cellular activity from a more diversified to a more unified, powerful structure of brain coherence. And that you can see on both the left and the right-hand side after the beginning of TM, where the marker is. You also see that at the same time point, right here, that at the same time point, the EEG coherence in the front of the brain, between the left and the right-hand side, the coherence also shifts dramatically from before to during the TM technique. And you can see that during the TM technique, the coherence now rises to a very high, a remarkably high level of global coherence, oscillating at around 90%, 95%, where before it was oscillating in a diversified mode across the entire range. This shows you how simple and easy, in this effortless, natural way, an individual can sit and close their eyes, and within less than a second or so, the brain shifts or switches from an outward-oriented to a very deeply rested, inner-oriented form of awareness, the simplest form of human awareness, a direct experience of one's own self. And in doing so, that deeply pleasurable and relaxing experience and level of the mind correlates with a very profound and remarkable change on the level of brainwave dynamics. And we can see it shifts from a diversified to a very unified local coherence and global coherence. Local and global coherence, which lie at the basis of all the many, many decades of research that's been published around the world, showing that individuals who practice this very simple form of meditation, transcendental meditation, experience within a very short period of time and with increasing amounts over time, remarkable changes in every aspect of mind, body, health, feeling, and behavior.